and made it to the semi-finals. Dancing in public was seen as a bad behavior.
댄스는 건전한 스포츠예요.
잘했어.
Have you watched this drama? You should watch it again after watching my contents. Even for me, I felt differently when I watched this drama in second time. Once you know these cultural and historical details that only Koreans know, it'll be so much more fun and you can catch different things. Trust me. Haven't you watched this drama yet? Then watch this first and then go to watch this drama. The drama When Life Gives You Tangerines tells the story of one Korean family across 3 generations from the 1940s to the 2020s. From the grandma who was a haenyeo, they called the jamnyo in the drama. It's kind of old world of haenyeo, female diver, to her granddaughter Geum-myung. You can see how much life, fashion, cities, and even people's thought has been changed. All of this happened in just 100 years. About 100 years. That's pretty crazy. Korea became the Republic of Korea only about 80 years ago. Before that, it was a kingdom called the Joseon Dynasty, ruled by kings for 600 years. But in 1910, Japan took control and began 35 years of occupation. That time was dark and painful. People were poor, many died fighting for independence, and life was very hard. If you want to learn more about that time, watch this Korean drama. Go to watch Mr. Sunshine on Netflix. It's amazing. In 1945, after World War II ended, Korea became independent, but soon after, a new problem started: communism and capitalism. Boom! In 1950, the Korean War began. It lasted for 3 years and it left South Korea in ruin. Most factories and resources were in the north, so the South had to start from zero. People worked like crazy just to survive and protect their family. In the 1960s and 70s, South Korea grew so fast through industrialization. That's when women's fashion started to change. Miniskirt came out. Korean government sent miners and nurses to Germany to make money. And like Asun's uncle says in the drama, many women worked in the factories to make money for their family. At the time, going to high school or university wasn't easy for girls. Asun's dream to go to the university was a really big deal, because people in this era thought that only sons, especially the oldest son, need to be educated properly to lead their family. Also, Korea had a nationwide curfew. You heard the siren. From 1945 to 1982, it was illegal to be outside from midnight to 4 a.m. So they ran right after the curfew finished. In the 50s and 60s, the population grew really fast. So we call the people who was born in this era as a baby boomer generation. But in the 70s, the government started a campaign, "One well-raised daughter is better than 10 sons." And yes, dance was banned. Even Korean loves music and fun. Dancing in public was seen as a bad behavior, including wearing short skirts or crop top, even recently for some elders.
댄스는 건전한 스포츠예요.
잘했어.
In the 1970s, everyone in Korea had to stop what they were doing at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. to salute the national flag. No matter what, students, workers, even people in argument had to pose like Asun and Eun-myung for this. In the 1980s, Koreans protested for democracy. Then in 1988, Seoul hosted the Olympics, 88 Olympic. It was a huge deal, a chance for Korea to show the world its progress. But the government also pushed poor vendors off the street, including the haenyeo aunties in the show. It was a tough time, but also a big celebration for almost all of Koreans. 10 years later, in 1997, the IMF crisis hit. Kim lost her job. Businesses went bankrupt. People were scared they would lose everything again. Most Koreans still remember how hard their parents worked during that time, including me. People gave their gold to the government to help the country survive. And a few years later, in 2002, Korea co hosted the World Cup with Japan and made it to the semi finals. People were super proud. Delivery service offered the restaurant were full of orders. No delivery apps back then. University. Now, let's talk about the education in Korea. Studying well and going to a good university meant getting a good job, and a good job meant a better life. So the university entrance exam wasn't just a student's event, it was a big event for the whole family. Even in the 60s and 70s, families in Jeju or small town would save everything they had just to send their oldest son or just sons to study in Seoul. Did you see that? Asun was melting the yacht, Korean taffy. Because college was so important, there were all kind of superstition. During exam season, students ate sticky food like a rice cake and yacht so they could stick to their dream school. Sleeper food? Totally banned. People thought they would sleep and fail for the school. So, around the college exam time, stores sold tons of rice cakes, yachts, and gums. So, school that offered the place for the exam even had to ban yacht or rice cake sticking on the gate because it got so messy. But the tradition still continues in the gift form. I bought a bunch of rice cakes and yachts for my younger friends. And here's another fun one, the letter superstition. People believe that carrying the first letter of your dream university would help you to get in. So back in the 90s, cars with the brand name starting with the S, K, or Y, like Sonata Pony for Seoul National University, Korea University, and Yonsei universities, has to be extra careful. Some students would even steal car badges from the spelling, like unmyeong. And yes, Kunmyeong carried the letter S and got into Seoul National University. Coincidence? Maybe, but a fun story either way. Don't worry, if you visit Korea and drive, no one steals letters on the cars anymore. Actually, there were even more weird rumors, like if boys used the cushion that girls sat on, it brought good luck for the universities. That's why some girls' school had cushion disappearing problems in the past. Thankfully, most of those weird traditions are gone now, but it shows just how intense and pressure Korean university entrance culture used to be. Korean superstition. Today, the most Korean follows Buddhism, Christianity, or Catholicism, but a long time ago, shamanism was a big part of daily life. People believed in spirits, both good and bad ones. And the job of shamans like Kwanshik's grandma in the drama existed to protect people from the bad luck. Remember how she kept throwing red beans everywhere? On Asun or on the kids, even in Kwanshik's bag after coming back from running away. Red beans were her magical weapons. In Korean tradition, red beans were believed to chase away evil spirits and the bad luck. Some people still put a few red beans in the corner of a new house or the building. And on the first full moon of the year, we call the 정월 대보름, we eat red bean porridge to keep the bad vibes away. It also tastes really good. It's not sweet, more earthy and nutty. If you visit Korea, especially in winter, you should definitely try it. And what about that scene where Esun slapped the nose of the stone statues and her mother-in-law freaked out? That statue is called the Dolharubang, a traditional guardian from Jeju Island. People believe that touching his nose helps to have a baby, especially if you want to have a son. In this drama, Esun is sick of being told to have a boy, so she kinda showed her anger to the statue. Her mother-in-law panics and apologizes, worrying the spirits might get mad about blocking her from having kids. It's such a famous superstition that many tourists go around rubbing Torharubang's nose. Some old statues barely have nose left. Oh, here's one more fun tradition, maybe a superstition, but still interesting. In Korean drama, you will often see someone eating white tofu after coming back from jail or the police station. You see, Esun and Kwan-sik are eating the tofu while waiting for his mom. Why tofu? No one knows exactly when he started, but the idea is this. Tofu is white, soft, and clean. So it became a symbol of a fresh, maybe refresh, clean start. Basically saying, don't go back to jail, start over with the clean life.